You're tuning to Relationship Wednesday, where we expose the lies, set fire to the bullshit, and show you what real love should actually feel like. This is the Bad Influence Podcast, the podcast they warn you about. I'm your host, Jordan Banderas, and today we're cutting through manipulation, codependency, and toxic patterns with a machete. If you're tired of walking on eggshells in your relationship, it ends now. Raw truth, real growth. Let's get into it. Let me start by asking you something brutally real. I know this is going to piss off a lot of people, but it's just a question, people. Why the hell are you still in a relationship if all you do is talk shit about the other person? It's a good question. I've seen a lot of relationships where they've been together for years, longer than I've been married. And I've been married for almost 11 years. And all they do is talk shit about each other. So let's not sugarcoat this. It's time to face the mirror. You chose them, right? You said yes. You moved in. You built this reality. So if your partner's such a damn nightmare, what does that say about your choices? It says you're settling for drama instead of demanding respect. Venting isn't clarity. And I want you to understand that. This goes for all men and women. It's not clarity when you start to vent. It's cowardice dressed up as conversation. Every time you trash talk your partner behind their back, you're telling the world you're weak. And that's not strength. That's not clarity. That's emotional poison masked as harmless chit chat. Because how many people literally just start to chit chat with other people, but in the end, they start talking shit about their partner. Like, I can give you one example. There's this person that I know that I work with, and she will start like, oh, how was your day? Blah, 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 blah. Even if you don't answer her questions, the next thing she does is to start talking shit about her boyfriend. And men do the same shit. Men do the same thing. But it's so funny how all they want to do is literally talk shit about the other person. But do you want the truth? You want the hard, cold truth? This is going to make me look like the asshole. But I'm not. I'm just giving you a reality check. When you talk shit about your partner, you're not in love. You're in limbo. This isn't romance. It's a hostage situation. And guess what? No one's holding a gun. You're both staying stuck voluntarily. Yes, you are. Think about it. What payoff are you getting from this? Is it sympathy, the pity, the validation from friends who only hear your side? Is that tiny dopamine hit really worth shredding your self-respect? Because every time you run your mouth for validation, you trade your power for a cheap emotional high. That fake connection you get from your friends, it's emotional junk food and your soul knows it. If you're constantly talking shit, you're not proving your partner's flaws. You're proving your own fear. That's right. You're proving you'd rather bond over complaints than fix the broken foundation you call a relationship. Let me ask you this. Would your partner even recognize you if they heard how you talk about them behind their back? Probably not. Would they see it coming? Or would they be blindsided by the fact that the person they trust most has become their silent enemy? Your silence, your hidden grievances, your passive-aggressive gossip, It's betrayal on a delay. You're planting seeds of resentment and watering them every single day with your words. So don't be surprised when you reap loneliness. Because the brutal truth is, your relationship doesn't die suddenly. It dies from 1,000 tiny cuts. Those whisper resentments, those eye rolls in their absence, those group chat assassinations of their character. You're so busy complaining about their flaws, you've forgotten to face your own. Most of your complaints are not even about them. They're projections of your own insecurities, fears, and unmet expectations. You're blaming them for wounds they never inflicted. And that's the coward's way out. It's easier to blame someone else than to look inward and see that the toxic trait you're complaining about might just be staring back at you in the mirror. So understand this if you want to save your relationship. When you disrespect your partner, you're disrespecting yourself. You chose them. You're part of this dynamic. You're not above the drama. You're creating it. Here's a reality check. You can either evolve or explode. But staying stuck in silent sabotage is a guaranteed path to emotional hell. Choose growth or choose exit. Just choose something real. Imagine this. It's 10:43 p.m. Random time, right? I always come up with random times. You're standing in the kitchen, arms crossed, staring at your phone, pretending you're too busy to care. But you do care. You're just too damn prideful to say it out loud. They walk in. Your partner, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever. They look tired, like they've been carrying the weight of you all day. And for a second, there's silence. This could be the moment. You could say what's really on your mind. You could be honest, vulnerable, clear. You could say, I feel like we're slipping. I miss us. But instead, you say nothing. Again. And later that night, in the group chat, you go off. Guess what they did now? You turn your partner into a punchline. You collect reactions like trophies. Validation from people who don't have to live in your home or in your silence. But here's the part you never say out loud. You're hurting. You don't feel seen. And it scares the hell out of you to admit that maybe you're part of the reason. You think you're venting, but what you're really doing, you're digging a grave for the relationship. One passive comment at a time. One sarcastic jab at a time. One meme in the group chat that totally describes your partner at a time. And then, the day comes. You get home and they're gone. Not physically, but emotionally. They've gone cold, numb, disconnected, because for months they felt the energy shift. They heard it in the silence, felt it in your tone, saw it in the way your eyes roll behind their back. And the worst part, they never saw it coming because you didn't fight with them, you fought around them. And now the relationship is dying, not from a blowout, fight, but from the slow erosion of disrespect you dished out when you thought they weren't listening. But they were. Even in silence, they felt it. Even in absence, they carried the weight. And now, you're left with a bitter question echoing through that empty kitchen. Why didn't I just say something? That's what betrayal on a delay looks like. You didn't cheat. No, you didn't. You didn't cheat on them with someone else. You neglected. You didn't explode, you eroded. You didn't leave, you banished one disrespectful whisper at a time. You chose gossip over guts, and now you're alone with your silence and the regret of everything you never had the courage to say. So this is your wake-up call. See it as your wake-up call. Speak the truth before silence becomes your legacy. You want real love? Start with real words. Right to their face. No more backhanded bullshit. No more secret confessions to your group chat. Say it to them. That's the only way out of this mess. So, let's talk solutions. The first thing you need to do is own your truth. Say out loud what you've been whispering behind closed doors. Say it directly to their face. Courage is inconvenient, but neither is respect. When you have the guts to be transparent, two things happen. Either your relationship gets stronger or it ends clearly. Both outcomes are better than the emotional wasteland you're living in right now. But here's the key. Speak from responsibility, not resentment. The moment you stop blaming and start owning your part is the moment you take back your power. And I want you to understand that. If you can't say it to their face, stop saying it at all. Silence your bitterness and amplify your honesty. If your relationship can't survive honesty, it was never alive to begin with. You think complaining is venting. No, it's avoiding. You're using your friends as emotional dumpsters instead of doing the real work. You want progress? Everybody wants progress in a relationship, right? That's how we build strong relationships, through progress. So step out of your echo chamber and step into the fire of uncomfortable conversations. Ask yourself this question and answer it honestly. Do you actually respect your partner? That's a good question, let's be honest. Because I would love to see your answers in the comments. But I know this is a personal question, but it will just be interesting to see how many people say no. It will be interesting. Because if you don't respect them, what the hell are you doing sharing a bed, a home, a life with them? Respect is foundational. Without it, every kiss, every conversation, every day you spend together is built on quicksand. Eventually, that ground collapses and the fall is brutal. You don't have to stay stuck. Understand this. You can leave at any moment. You can say, you know what? This isn't working. This is the reason why it's not working. I think it's better for us to go our separate ways if we're not willing to work through this and come back to the table and build a strong relationship. But you don't leave, do you? You stay, you complain, and you diminish yourself and your partner bit by toxic bit. Maybe you're scared to leave because you fear being alone, which is understandable. But let me tell you something harsher. Staying in toxic complacency is far lonelier than standing alone in your integrity. Real love doesn't involve constant character assassinations. Real love confronts openly, communicates clearly, and chooses honesty over comfort. The moment you start speaking your truth to your partner instead of whispering it to everyone else, you reclaim your integrity. And integrity is the foundation for genuine connection. If you're staying out of obligation, pity, or fear, you're not being noble. You're being dishonest. And dishonesty doesn't breed happiness. It breeds resentment and bitterness. Stop masking your fear of confrontation as compassion. There's nothing compassionate about quietly tearing someone down behind their back. True compassion speaks clearly, directly, and respectfully, even when it's uncomfortable. Your relationship is in a hostage situation. You both have a choice. Staying out of fear isn't loyalty, it's cowardice wrapped in excuses. So face it, fix it, or leave it. You know what courage looks like? It looks like uncomfortable conversations, setting real boundaries, and choosing truth over comfort every single day. So make the commitment right now. Refuse to speak badly of your partner behind their back. If you can't say it to their face, don't say it at all. That one simple commitment can radically shift your relationship and your self-respect. Next, look inward. Identify what's really driving your dissatisfaction. Most complaints about others are just reflections of what we're avoiding within ourselves. You're angry because they don't meet your expectations. Well, have you clearly communicated those expectations? Or do you assume your partner is a psychic? Hint, they're not. Let's be honest. Unspoken expectations are relationship killers. Say what you need clearly, openly, and with respect. Demand clarity from yourself before you demand it from them. Stop expecting perfection from imperfect people, including yourself. Growth means accepting flaws, not ignoring them, not criticizing them secretly, but addressing them openly with compassion and respect. Commit to mutual growth or commit to moving on. Anything less is emotional self-harm. You think relationships are complicated? They're simple. Honesty, respect, communication. Anything beyond that is drama you created to avoid clarity. If you wouldn't tolerate your partner talking about you behind your back, why are you doing it to them? Hypocrisy is toxic. Integrity is healing. Face your fear of vulnerability. Be brave enough to show your partner the parts of you that are hurt, disappointed, and unfulfilled. That's strength. Gossip is weakness. Imagine your relationship as a garden. Right now, you're watering it with poison. Switch it up. Water it with honesty, respect, and clear boundaries. See how quickly the weeds die and the flowers grow. Be brutally honest about the state of your relationship. If it's salvageable, fight like hell to rebuild it. If it's not, walk away with dignity. Either choice is respectable. Staying stuck in silent misery is not. You deserve better than constant negativity, and so does your partner. If you can elevate each other, at least stop tearing each other down. Have the conversation you've been avoiding. Do it today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, right now. Your future depends on it. Choose respect over gossip. Choose clarity over complaint. Choose courage over comfort. Real love is in silent suffering. Real love is vocal, transparent, vulnerable, and powerful. You have the power to rewrite your relationship right now. Use your words wisely. Speak truth, not gossip. Remember, your words build your reality. Choose honesty, choose clarity, choose growth. Do the hard things now so you can have the extraordinary things later. Stop sabotaging your happiness by complaining secretly. Start creating happiness by communicating openly. Your life, your relationship, your choice. Choose wisely, speak clearly, and stop talking shit. Your future self will thank you for it. And remember, the choice is yours. And that's it for today. If this episode peeled back the mask on your relationship, don't ignore it. You deserve more than crumbs. Draw the damn line. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss the truth bombs that actually change lives. Share this with someone who needs to wake up to real love, not manipulation. This is the Bad Influence Podcast. Until next time, know your worth, speak your truth, and never flinch, and have a great day.